guys to today's 7 on Sunday. So today is another wrapping up type of topic, and we're going to be talking about our favourite book characters of 2022, and all of mine are from contemporaries because it's basically all I read, and most of them are the main men because I Sweden for them. But I'd say I'd have like a wide selection, but I really don't. A lot of them are similar, but I don't care. But let's just get into it because I'm really excited. So the first one is Adam Blackford from The Spanish Love Deception by Eleanor Armour. So I did read this all the way back in January, so it still counts, but he's just a great leading man. I really enjoyed him, and I just love these characters that just act so mean even though they're such softies, but I just love him as a person, and I loved the way that he really just cares about the people around him, and even though he doesn't give the perception that he does, you get to learn a lot more about him later in the book. Like most books, whenever there is a mean guy at the beginning who seems to have secrets, you know everything will be revealed and you'll end up loving them more. And he is someone that was like a slow burn, because at first I was like, dude, are you gonna get redeemed? But like, he really did. But Adam Carlston and Aaron Blackford are just two leading men that I really have enjoyed reading from, and I'm pretty sure that I had Adam in my last year's topic, but he's just a great character. If you haven't read this book yet, you really should. Next, I want to mention Lucy and Josh from The Hating Game, but they're counted as one. So I technically have 9 characters on this list, but there's just some characters I couldn't pick between because Lucy and Josh are just such a good couple and a unit together, and I love the way that Josh is just so mean to her all the time, but like, it's so cute. And then Lucy is so much fun as well, and even though she can be really insecure about things and she thinks that she isn't as special as she is, but then Josh loves her so much. Like, I love their dynamic. And again, the banter is the best thing about this book, and that's why I'm so excited to meet Sally Thorne at Rare and get this signed and to be able to talk to her for a second, because I just love this book so much, and I definitely need to read more books from her, like absolutely do. Next, I want to talk about Charlie from Book Lovers by Emily Henry. So I really did like Book Lovers, but the main character, Nora, I don't think I liked her as much as I liked Charlie, because he just seemed like a really sweet person, and he's so nice, and like, he's working at his family's bookshop and he's like helping them out, and he's like an editor and he really loves his job, and he just seems just like really pleasant to be around. Like, even though he starts out grouchy, which is a pretty common thing for stories, because this is what happens when you have the grumpy one meets the sunshine one, even though Nora is also kind of just the grumpy one, so it's the grumpy one and the grumpy one, which is the dynamic of this book. And this isn't my favorite Emily Henry book, but I just loved Charlie so much. Like, he is a great character, and I just loved reading about him, and we really got in depth with his character in this book, I feel, so it was a really good reading experience. Next, I want to talk about Benji from The Dead Romantics. So he is the editor in this book who was also a ghost because he died, and he was a great character because he was very flustered about the fact that he's dead and had to come to terms with it. And in the beginning, he does seem like he's a dude that's just like doing the same thing every day and his life is just not changing. And when he died, he's like, oh my god, I never did anything with my life. I never went traveling, I never went here, I never did that. I just worked all the time and had no life. It was really sad to have this character who just didn't appreciate their life and thought they'd have more time, yet you die and that's it. Like, that's why you gotta live life in the moment and just go out and do the things that you really want to do, like go places, be with your friends, like have these memories that you can look back on. And like, for me, I've had probably a slightly boring life because I haven't gotten out there too much, but I am trying. I have more friends, I'm doing more things, I'm trying to be more of a person that has a lot of activities, and I feel like I've posted a lot more on my personal Instagram this year than previous, which makes me happy. I still need there to be some more travel content though, because like, COVID stopped me from going places, but I'm hopefully going to be starting to do more things. Like, I really want to go on a cruise, but obviously at the moment, no. Like, I was like, I'm going to get on the first boat I can, but it's like a whole trap of diseases going on in there, so maybe like, I don't know, 2024 might be the vibe for a cruise. I really want to go to Japan. I have so many countries I want to go to, like, I swear, like, there's so much to do. But like, when Benji had to come to terms with this part of his life, and then the way that he really just wanted to start helping Florence write her story, because she's obviously going through the writer's block and he wants to help her, and how he kept turning up at times when she really needed him, and I just thought that he was just a very memorable character and I enjoyed him so much. Next, I want to mention Carrie Soto from Carrie Soto is Back by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I read 3 Taylor Jenkins Reid books this year, but Carrie Soto was probably the most memorable in the sense of like a really good main character. But I did love Billy, I loved Daisy, I loved Nina. There's many memorable ones, but Carrie is just interesting because she is such an unlikable person, yet I was rooting for her the whole entire book, for her to win, to prove all these people who's boss. And the way that we got to learn her life story, we got to know her from baby to, she didn't die, but like from baby to like 37, and we got to know how she became the person that she is, and how tennis just took over her life, and how she was just this completely like no emotional kind of player, that everyone hated her even though she was the best. And there were so many things that she had to learn about herself, and like the fact that like she didn't want to lose. Like she's a person that losing was like the end of everything for her. Like she was such a strong player, but like she had so much to overcome. But I just enjoyed her so much, and I'm so glad that I finally have caught up with Taylor Jenkins Reid's. I don't know if there is other books that she's publishing next year, or she's taking like a hiatus after finishing this like quartet of standalones that aren't actually a series, but they all interconnect. But I'm excited to see what she writes next. And really, it doesn't matter if she's writing about a rock band, a tennis player, split timelines, Evelyn Hugo, like no matter what story it is, because they're so different from each other, I am going to read it. I do not care. So the other book that I can't pick a favorite character is Hades and Persephone from Lore Olympus by Rachel Smith. Both of them are amazing for different reasons, because Persephone is an embodiment of a cinnamon roll, and then Hades is just this big ass baddie who is so soft for her, and literally he doesn't know what to do with his emotions. Like the fact that he saw her and he's like, I'm gonna marry you, I'm in love with you, this is it for me. And like in the second volume when he's like, he found out her age and he was like just lying on the floor collapsed, like he is a mood. And Persephone is so innocent, and the way that she's learning about things in the world and how she is becoming tougher. Like I feel like, because she doesn't really get angry, but she's starting to feel some anger because some things have happened to her in this book that have fractured her innocence, which is just freaking awful. But the way that she is learning that she can be angry and to use that anger, and not that she's going to start punishing people, but I feel like there is a vibe there that she potentially could, because people suck. And I feel like when she is with Hades, he's probably going to help her unlock this anger, but he'll also start probably treating people better. Like they're going to be like a really good power unit that he'll bring her down and she'll bring him up, but they're not gonna be like awful together. But like I'm so excited for volume 4. Like I really need more content, like it's getting so good. And lastly, I have to mention Levi from Love on the Brain by Ali Hazelwood, because yes, even though Levi and Adam are like basically the same, like both books were like the exact same, I don't care. I will read this. This exact type of scaffold of the grumpy one with the sunshine one and them just loving them so much and them falling first, I will read it every time. When I get the collection of novellas, if they're the exact same, I don't care. And I'm excited for Love Theoretically. That's gonna be so good. Like I like Ali Hazelwood, and I know a lot of people feel like she's a one-hit wonder because they want different things. I don't need anything different. I could read the same book over and over again and I would probably appreciate it so much. But Levi was just such a sweetie, and like the way that we got to learn a lot about his childhood and about the way that he like experiences things and how his actions were so misconstrued. Like I was so sad for him, because at the beginning when I'm reading this, I'm like, I don't know how you're gonna come back from this, Levi, because this does not look good. But his love for Bea is just so pure and so sweet, and he cares about her so much. Like I want someone to care about me that much. Like I don't want to have to always be the one doing everything. Like I want someone to just care so much without even thinking. But like it's hard. But I love this book so much, and it makes me feel like there's a romance there when there is none in my life. I seriously have read so many good books this year, and I'm just so happy I got to experience all these characters because I love them so much. Well, anyway guys, that is all for today's video for 7 on Sunday. I'm really glad that I had so many new characters to be excited for. Like, not that I really read a lot of sequels and like continuously reading series and everything this year, but I'm really happy with what I have. Hopefully next year I will have like a heap of more new favorite characters, because that's what I love about reading, is there's just always new favorites to have. But I do hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.